I found my little sister crying in her room, and she asked, "Did the men see you?" I froze in her doorway, my heart suddenly hammering. "Did who see me, Penny?" I whispered, but she was shaking so violently that her frozen bedsheets were trembling beneath her small frame. Her tiny 7-year-old body was curled into the far corner of her bed, knees pulled tight to her chest, tears streaming down her flushed cheeks and dripping onto her pajamas. The men," she finally choked out between sobs, pointing a trembling finger toward her bedroom door. "They're here, in our house, downstairs. Mom and Dad were at the grocery store doing their big Saturday shopping trip and wouldn't be back for at least 2 more hours." I tried desperately to steady my voice, kneeling beside her bed. "What men, Penny?" But that's when I heard it, a deep male voice from downstairs, speaking in a language I didn't recognize. My hands started shaking uncontrollably, matching Penny's tremors. I needed my phone to call for help, but it was in my room down the hall. The voice got louder, joined by another, then another, and the sound of heavy footsteps on our hardwood floors made my heart stop beating. They were moving things around. I could hear furniture scraping against the floor, drawers being opened, cabinets banging shut. These weren't our neighbors checking on us. These weren't friends of our parents. Penny grabbed my wrist with her small, sweaty hands, her nails digging into my skin. "They came through the back door," she whispered, her voice barely audible over my pounding heartbeat. I was getting water from the kitchen and saw them, big men, all dressed in black. I pressed my ear against Penny's bedroom door, trying to make out what they were saying. They were speaking in Russian. Our house was being robbed. The footsteps were getting louder now. I heard them on the stairs now, heavy boots on each step. They were coming for us. I slammed my whole body weight against the door and twisted the lock just as someone tried to push it open from the other side, the wood groaning under the pressure. A man's voice, harsh and foreign, called out something I couldn't understand. He was trying to get in, and I couldn't even see through the tears in my eyes. Penny was hyperventilating in the closet, her whimpers barely muffled by the hanging clothes and winter coats. The doorknob rattled again, more aggressively this time, and then a fist pounded on the door. They were speaking rapidly in Russian now, 2 distinct voices, maybe 3, getting more agitated by the second. One knocked hard again, speaking loudly in broken English. "Hello? Someone there?" My hands were shaking so badly I could barely keep pressure on the door. They tried the handle once more, harder this time. Then I heard them moving to other rooms, doors opening and closing. They went back downstairs, and I couldn't even imagine what they were grabbing. I wasn't letting my sweet sister die like this, so I knew what I had to do. I told her to stay put, and ran out to my room to get my phone. By a miracle, it had 1% left, and I ran back with my heart racing. I immediately called 911. "Please come quick. My baby sister and I are hiding. There's men robbing out house." I was literally sobbing from saying it out loud. I gave them my address, but then the line went silent. My phone died. I heard them come back upstairs, and they tried the door again. We sat there holding each other, praying for our lives. Then I heard the garage door opening, that familiar mechanical sound that usually meant safety. But now it meant Mom and Dad were walking into danger. They were going to be killed by these intruders. I heard Mom's voice downstairs, cheerful and oblivious, talking to someone. Oh God, they were going to hurt her. Then someone knocked on the door. "Girls, are you in there? Why is the door locked?" It was Mom's voice. "Mom?" I whispered through my tears. "Are you okay? Are you alone?" "What? Of course I'm alone." "Well, the AC guys are downstairs." My entire world tilted. AC guys. I looked at Penny, her eyes wide with the same horrible realization. "Mom," I croaked, fumbling with the lock, my hands shaking so bad I could barely turn it. "I called the police. I thought they were robbers. They're speaking Russian," and Mom's face went white as the door opened. Oh my God. Then we heard it. The sirens came racing up to our house. She tried to run downstairs and explain, but the police were already bursting through our front door. "Hands up, everyone on the ground now." Chaos erupted downstairs, shouting in English and Russian. Then I heard it. The loudest bang I've ever heard. The younger technician, confused and panicked, reached into his pocket for his phone. He wanted to use Google Translate and whipped out a black object really fast. They fired immediately. That was 2 years ago, and I still sweat at night because our AC is broken.